Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Alright, as you can see, we do have a brand new truck. We're using a Kenworth K100 for the time being. This is a little less powerful than my Peterbilt, but it's a kind of a different sort of drive, so let me just show you on the inside what it looks like. It's got like quilted ceiling there, as you can see. We have a co-driver who is staring at me. As you can see, we have a CD, so if I start the truck up, watch this. So he's looking at me. He opens up his laptop, and then what also happens is watch when the truck stops, he has a CD in his hand, and you start it up. There you go. Pretty cool, eh? Anyways, let's see what we can find for a job. What do we got here? Tractors. Tractors from Valday. No. We are in St. Petersburg, as you can see. Let's see what we can find here. We're looking for something that's not over 1,000 kilometers, because I don't have quite that much time to record. Let's do potatoes to Herning, Denmark. Yeah, that sounds good. I think all the other ones, this one's a really short one. This one's 700. Actually, we could do this one. In Belarus. Yeah, this is 700 kilometers. Sure, let's do this one. Perfect. Just want to show you around Russia here, just so you can see what it's like. It's a really awesome map. If you haven't tried it out, I definitely suggest giving it a go. Alright, so let's put the GPS into play, and let's take the parking brake off. That always helps. So, this truck is a little less powerful, as I mentioned, so it does make it a little bit more interesting to drive. And I really hate this exit. It's probably like one of my least favorite exits, just because it is so tight to get out of there. Like if you have a load and you're trying to go anywhere, it's just ridiculous. So, also this truck actually doesn't have 18 gears, which is really strange. So actually, even with like the best, gearbox you can get, you don't get 18 gears. So it's really strange. I think that might be because the age of the truck. I'm not 100% on that, because I have not. I don't know a lot about trucks, so I'm not sure if that's the reason specifically. Wow, you're just gonna jump right in front of me, cars? Come on now. So that could be the reason. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So because the gears, there's only 12 gears, you can actually. Some gears are a little bit longer, and it's a little bit it's strange for me to. It's a bit odd. I'm not used to it. Let's just say that. But it's a nice truck overall. Oops, that's the wrong one. Nice truck overall, though. It's a good little screenshot there. Let's see if we can't get that one. Wow, we're just chilling out here. I think the light has actually changed already. But it's a nice truck. Gotta admit that. Excellent. Sweet. Anyways, let's continue driving. So there you go. That's what it looks like from the outside. Pretty nice looking truck, actually. I originally had a different Kenworth, or K100, but it wasn't... the problem I had with it was the windshields or whatever was really... It reflected a lot. So it didn't work very well for me at that time, but I found an updated version. I was watching Jammin' 000, I believe his name is, and he was using an updated version, and I picked that up, and it's really nice actually. Really happy I managed to find that, which is good. I think it was from where was it from? ETS2.LT, I think it is. Alright, let's see, where is this trailer? It's probably the furthest one, of course. Yep. Yeah, but it was from ETS2.LT, which is a Lithuanian, if memory serves. That's what LT stands for. Because in Ontario here we have ON.ca, which is Ontario, Canada. And then if you have QC, I believe that's Quebec. And then if you have MB, Manitoba, etc., etc. And then if you have a government one, it's .gc. No, I guess it's a GC. Yeah, gc.ca. You can have that one as well. The really funny thing about this is that when you drive a cab over like this, it's really strange because the turning is a lot different. It's a bit more like a European style truck, so it's comical sometimes. Excellent. Let's fire it up. So this guy doesn't have nearly as much power as my Kenworth Peterbilt 389. The difference is quite significant, actually. It's pretty surprising. You don't realize it, and then you start driving and you're like, whoa. Alright, let's take a look this way so you don't run into anybody. There we go, perfect. He's staring at his laptop, making sure we're following the right directions, I suppose. Actually, one of the funny things is when Jamin's video, some people were commenting on what he might be looking at, and Jamin managed to show them what he was looking at. It's like trucks.com or something like that. Oops, I actually need to turn here. Wasn't paying attention. Let's get out of the middle of the road. Perfect. It has a nice sound, this truck, too. Not all trucks sound very nice. And I don't know what's the person's name specifically, but there's actually one particular person that makes sounds for trucks and does a really good job. I don't know what his name specifically is, though. ETS2 is not my... I'm not an expert in ETS2. In comparison to Farm Sim, I don't know very much about ETS2. Like, I don't know like mod makers and stuff like that. But there's one person who does the sounds for a lot of trucks, for a lot of American-style trucks, and apparently he is really good. I forget what his name is now, but really does a really good job. Oh, coming up to that roundabout again. Jeez. These roundabouts. It's funny, these things are just coming, they're just starting to come into Canada now, and it's not, they're not that prominent yet, but I have a sneaky suspicion they will be. In some case in the future, I don't know when that will be, but it will happen at some point. And it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens when they do become more prominent, because they're going to have to start teaching people how to use them, because in Canada, it seems like a lot of people don't know how to use them yet. So, it creates problems, let's just say that. Alright. Go, go, go. Perfect. Yeah. Sorry about the last Euro Truck video. I recorded that one a while back, and it was recorded at night, obviously. And the problem I ran into was my internet was actually down for a few days. Well, it wasn't down for a few days. I just wasn't able to upload because every time I tried to upload, something would happen. So like last time I tried to upload my video, what happened was my internet or my computer decided to restart itself because there's a Windows update. So that was the reason why that one. I had videos to upload, I just couldn't because I started uploading them and my computer decided to start to shut down basically and restart itself to install the updates. So that didn't work out so well. Anyways, and then the other day, my internet was down when I wanted to upload videos, so that was the only Euro Truck video I had recorded at that time. So I just put it up there. I know some of you guys probably didn't like the night video, and I apologize for that, but it was either that, I suppose, or no video at all, so I'm sure some people would have preferred no video at all, but can't win all the time, I guess. Better be careful, don't want to speed here. Jeez. One of the things I noticed about this truck is that, yeah, on like level terrain it's not a problem, but if you hit a hill, it's not fun. Because this truck doesn't have nearly as much power as that Peterbilt 389 did, and you can definitely tell the difference. It's like coming up here, like I'm doing 70 now. So, doing 70 on that would have been fine, but it really depends on how heavy the load is. Like this particular trailer we have isn't super heavy as far as I remember, but as you can see, like struggling up this little section here, like I'm in 6th gear now, so. But if I had like a train, for example, it would be just bad news bears. But all in all, it performs fairly well. But it's good to have those different types of experiences in terms of Apparently we shouldn't smoke. Okay, good. It's good to have those different types of experiences because... let's get a screenshot of that. Because what happens is you get the... oops, I don't want to go to the screenshot manager. I want to go to the photo mode. There we go. With the sign in the background in Russian. Nice. Let's see if we can't get that in there. Let's get those trees out of the way. Sweet. Love it. Not the most picturesque trailer, mind you, but I'm sure it'll get the job done. One of the nice things about Russia, too, is when you're driving around on this map, it's actually a lot of the main roads are like 100 and 110 kilometers an hour, which is really nice. So if you have a fast truck, you can really book it along there. I noticed, I actually need to take that exit, of course. Yeah, but you can really book it along here. It's pretty intense to watch, actually. Like with that Peterbilt 389, I can do like 120, 140 if I want to. But generally it's not a good idea because you end up meeting a turn at some point, and when you hit that turn, it's not fun. Alright. Let's drop it down into 12. Hit the cruise control button. Perfect. Yeah, but this, one of the nice things about the Russian map is it is a really nice map for cruising. You can really just, you know, chill out and like, you know, cruise at like 190 kilometers an hour, whatever you think is the best sort of thing. I know a lot of times I cruise at like about 90 kilometers an hour because it's just safer. Because once you start cruising at like 100, 110, it becomes a lot more interesting. Let's just say that. So, but this map definitely has this map definitely has a lot of detail. Like we're just on the highway now, but if you really want to see a lot of the detail of the Russian map, definitely go in some of the off-road areas, or well, off the main roads, let's say, and you'll see some crazy stuff. Let's cruise a little bit faster than this. You'll see some funny stuff, like there's like potholes in some areas, there's places where the police have pulled over people, all sorts of funny stuff like that. Makes me laugh. Ooh, what's going on up here? Why are they slowing down? Oh, they're merging. I hate merging lanes, they're the worst. Go! Even in real life, because this is exactly what happens in real life too. Like I've driven on the 401, which is like the main highway in Toronto, which is like the biggest city in Ontario. And probably one of the least fun areas to drive in. If you've never driven there, just think of like the biggest city in your area. It's like driving there. Let's just say that. Because it is a fairly big... I think Toronto has like... I don't know how many people are in Toronto now, but it's a lot now. Anyways, and people are crazy. Like I've been through there a couple times at rush hour, and that is not a fun place at rush hour. Just coming through a town. Which town is this? I don't even know. So as you can see, there's cars on the side of the road. There's people walking, as you can see. Shops and everything. Really, really nice. I know some people have been playing the TSM, I think, map. Oh, there's that a cop? Probably. There's a lot of people playing the TSM, I think it is, the TSM map. And apparently, it looks, from what it looks like, it looks pretty solid. Like, the scenery is really nice in comparison to Pro mods. So, it's, I think you could, right now you can have one or the other. You can't have both. But I haven't looked recently for any new updates, so we'll see what's out there. Like, I'm really looking forward to the new DLC that's coming out for Euro Truck Simulator. So we'll have I believe we will have a Scandinavian DLC. So with the Pro mods you can already go there, of course, but with the new DLC coming out, it's going to add a few more cities. I've seen some screenshots of it on the SES blog, and definitely worth a look. Also, they have some good footage on their YouTube channel about American Truck Simulator. So if you're interested in that particular game, definitely check that out. Oh, look, there's someone doing some straw with an old tractor there. Nice. This is the problem when you have to use your mouse to like look around. I don't know. It happens in real life too. Anywhere your eyes look, your body gravitates towards that area too. So that's why you end up leaning to, like, the car ends up moving to one side, whichever way you're looking. It's kind of funny. Oh, I'm gonna get a ticket here, aren't I? So there's an example of somebody pulled over. No, they're just talking on the side of the road. I wonder what they're talking about. They're just chilling, you know, just having a little kind of conversation. Like, hey, buddy, how's it going? Probably not. They're probably doing something a lot more than that, but we don't know. We don't know for sure. Let's assume they were doing legal things, but you really don't know. So, but that's one of the cool, like, I don't know, one of the charms of this particular map, because lots of random stuff like that. People pull over to the side of the road, cops yelling at people. Oh, what's going on here? And this is a light up here. I thought I was going to get a ticket there. But yeah, there's all sorts of random things. Like, you can see the cops on the side of the road sometimes. So they don't actually drive up behind you and pull you over or anything like that. They'll just give you a ticket like normal, but it's pretty cool to see nonetheless. There's a truck stop down there, it looks like. Nice. Yeah, there's all sorts of, like, little things you'll see on this map. I don't know, it's probably one of my, if I can, I like driving around in here because there's lots of detail, and you can see some funny things. I actually was driving past one area on the Russian map, and I actually saw a house that was that was burning, essentially. And the funny thing was, the house was burning, and then they had like firefighters around there and the police around there. So you had to actually slow down as you drove past it. It was pretty neat. And in the recent release of the Russian mod, Russian map, they've actually added a few other cities as well and a few other roads. Because right now there are just a few main roads. Well, there were a few main roads, and they've added some new ones in there. A few twisty-turny ones, and kind of like the, what would you call it? Twisty-turny areas in the woods types area, like off the beaten path, so to speak. But it's pretty neat. I really like it, at least. I hope all of you are looking forward to American Truck Simulator. Let me ask you this: would you guys be interested in seeing some American Truck Simulator when it comes out as well? Let me know in the comments. Let me know which truck you're looking forward to driving in American Truck Simulator. For me, it's definitely a Peterbilt 389, or there's a guy waving his hands back there. Huh. I guess his car was stopped or something. Oops, let's slow down here. So here's an example of those potholes I was talking about, where you got to slow down a little bit, and if you don't slow down, sometimes some of the potholes are like rough enough to like throw you off your path a little bit, and it can actually make you crash. I haven't hit any of those yet, but apparently they are out there. Look, there's some cows over there. Nice. Yeah, but apparently they are out there, so it's one of those things where you don't realize how much details on the map until you find some of the, like, all the little areas. Like, if I go to the map and I show you, so we are driving between Luga and Pskov, however you say that. And so, like, I haven't driven this road or this road. There's still quite a few roads in Russia I haven't driven. And even a few cities, like these cities down here. I think that might be Belarus, though. I'd have to double check, to be honest with you. But there's still quite a few places I haven't been to on the map yet. Just because my driving style, I think. Like, a lot of France I haven't been to yet. And that's primarily because I just don't like going through the toll booths. Or Poland. But I do every once in a while. Not normally, but every once in a while I like to. But I try and avoid it if it's possible. There's been a couple times where it's like, drive through Poland, and I'm like, no thanks, I'll take the ferry and go all the way around Poland. But I just with this truck, I don't think it would be bad with the Peterbilt or this truck personally, but it's one of those situations where you have to, like, I don't know, you have to slow down. And I like cruising, I guess. So when I have to stop and go through a toll booth, I know that's realistic because that's what happens in real life, but I guess I would rather not stop if I didn't have to. Better be careful if that train decides to come. Oh, that's not a train. Okay, good. I thought that pole over there was one of those arms that goes over the road. A little big for that, probably. Oh, here's a cop up here. So here's an example of what the cops are like. So as you can see, they're fighting across the street there. It's pretty funny. Makes me laugh. Like the stuff that the author of this map put in is this. It makes me laugh a lot. It's just because there's so many random things, and you're like, "Whoa, what's going on there? Or what's that over there?" It's just everything seems to be like that. There's always something that's like that. Trucks pulled over to the side of the road. People talking. That's an old, like, looks like a Ural or something. All right, quick coffee break. Oops. It's not a Tim Hortons. It's a little... I don't go to Tim Hortons in the morning, for those Canadians who know what I'm talking about. It is just regular home-brewed coffee. But I can actually taste the coffee now that I'm getting better, so that is excellent. Although what's happening now is my girlfriend's getting sick, so that's usually how it works. When you're in a relationship, one person gets better, the other person gets sick. If you're lucky, you don't get sick, but usually it's not the case. There's always somebody. Oops, we can go a bit faster. There's always somebody. It's like if you have kids, then your kids get sick and then you get sick. I don't have kids, luckily. Well, maybe not luckily, but I don't have kids, so I don't get sick because what they get sick from school or something like that. So yeah, I hope everyone liked the slideshow that came out not too long ago, the thank you slideshow, and I do appreciate all the submissions that people gave, and I think what we'll do is, I think I'll do that maybe, I'll do that again, I'm not sure when, but I'll do it again, and I'll ask for more submissions as well, and if ever you want to send me a screenshot, just use the same hashtag and we'll keep it going. So if you have a cool screenshot you want to share, yeah, just use hashtag myfsfarm. And I'll get it on Twitter and I'll get it on Google Plus as well. So, or you can just tweet it directly at me, at IPJRobson, and I'll get your screenshots. Because there are some really gorgeous screenshots out there. I saw some really nice ones. For those people who aren't sure, if you're on the computer, you can take a screenshot by pressing F12 in Farm Sim. Oh, here's some potholes. Ooh. That'd be a bit rough to hit that fast. Yeah, if you're on the computer, you just hit F12 for most screenshots. If F12 doesn't work, you can always use print screen button on your computer, and that will just screenshot whatever's on your screen. However, if you do have two screens, it'll print screen both of them, I discovered the other day. So I tried it just to see how that would work. And it would actually do both screens, so keep that in mind. If you're on the Xbox or PS3 or something like that, I have no idea how you take screenshots. There's probably a way, but I don't know I don't know how to do it, because I don't have an Xbox or a PS3. I don't have any consoles at all. People often ask me, Ian, do you want to play Farm Sim on multiplayer sometimes on the Xbox? I'm like, I don't have an Xbox. I've never had an Xbox, actually. I've played an Xbox a few times at buddies' places, but I never picked one up myself. Alright, let's get the show moving a bit more, eh? Let's not go 90 kilometers an hour, though. That's a bit scary. Yeah, so I've played a few games on Xbox, but I never got into it. Like, my thing has always been PC gaming, so right from when I was a young lad, so to speak. My dad had a ton of computers because he was into computers when when we were young. So we always had computers in our house, and because of that, that's why I'm into computer gaming as opposed to console gaming. Oh, there's a cop. Tank right there, person on the side of the road. The cop's probably talking to that guy, going, "Hey, what's going on over here, buddy?" You gotta love the retarder sound on this truck. It's nice. I'm not quite as nice as the Peterbilt 389, but still pretty good, in my opinion, at least. All right, what's going on here? Oh, it's just a rest stop. But yeah, there's some really good sounds out there. My favorites are the Jake brakes. So like this one that you can't really hear. Like, let's see. Oh no, you can hear it, but it's not as prominent as It's not nearly as prominent as the Peterbilt. Like the Peterbilt 389, you could really hear that thing just going, I don't know, you'd even call it, making the Jake brake sound. How about that? Oh, there's some potholes. But yeah, really like this map. It's good for long distance driving too. If you like long hauls, the Russia map is fantastic. Like you saw, half the jobs I could have taken were all like 100 or 1,000 kilometers plus, basically. I don't know why they have a combine and a straw stored like that, but apparently that's what they do in Russia. I guess they're really not going for farming accuracy in this context. They're probably not going for that, but maybe they're going for some other type of farming. I don't know. Maybe they do that in Russia. I have no idea. Ooh, someone's carrying some ale, it looks like. Ah, get out of the road. Did you see that? That was a rabbit in the middle of the road. Crossing the road. It doesn't do anything if you hit it, but the first time I saw that, I was like, what the heck was that? And I asked Farmer Beavis, I was like, dude, are there rabbits across the road, or is that my imagination? He's like, no, there are. So, really cool. Like, just little details like that on this map. That's what makes it so cool. At least in my mind, at least. Alright. Let's see what we can get done here. So, yeah, the slideshow worked out really well. A lot of people had some really good screenshots, and some people that couldn't take screenshots just took a picture with their phone. That's cool too. Saw some pretty cool shots. A lot of people, what? You're like passing me? It's a 50-kilometer zone, buddy. Anyways, some people actually just took photos with their phone and sent those, and that's fine too. Like whatever works, right? So, in this game, they make it super easy to take screenshots. It'd be kind of nice if the farm sim did the same thing. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if they had like a screen. Whoa. It'd be kind of nice if they had a. Here's a construction. Nice. It'd be cool if they had like a screenshot manager type scenario as well in Farm Sim, because then you can get some. You'd be able to, like, you know, kind of float around a little bit, and they add that kind of. I don't think it would be that difficult to add, like in reality. Like, you should be able to do that in Farm Sim relatively easily, but maybe it's patent pending on with Euro Truck. I don't know, but that would, like, how awesome would that be if Farm Sim were to do something like that too? Like, that would really make taking screenshots in Farm Sim a lot easier. Like, you can float around if you enable console commands and whatnot, but seriously, like if you didn't have to do that and it was just part of the main game, like that would make a lot more sense. I better check my speed here. Jeez. This is why I use cruise control a lot, because I end up just speeding when I don't use cruise control. Same thing in real life. You're not paying attention. You just have your foot down and you just drive, but not always the best course of action. Let's just say that. Luckily, I've can't say I've gotten a speeding ticket before, but yeah, I have been pulled over a couple times for really silly things while driving. One time it was because I didn't have my lights turned on because I was driving a rental car. That was a bit embarrassing. We were like 10 minutes from our destination too, and the officer pulls me over. He's like, "Sir, did you know you didn't have your lights on?" I was like, they don't automatically come on, because some cars are like that, some cars aren't like that. And whenever you drive a rental, like, some of them do that, some of them don't. So because it's always different cars, for me it's annoying because I end up screwing it up sometimes, like I did that time. And we totally got pulled over, and we were like 10-15 minutes away from where we were supposed to be. Oh look, there's a Kirovitz K700, looks pretty good. Yeah, so we were like, 10-15 minutes from our destination, and I got pulled over, and he didn't give me a ticket, luckily, but he's like, make sure you check next time. I'm like, yes, officer. So it was pretty embarrassing. I told that story to my in-laws, and they were like, they just shook their head. I'm like, Ian, come on. I was like, I thought they were on. But so now I'm always paranoid. I'll get my girlfriend. I'm like, all right, can you check the lights to make sure they're on? Because I don't want to get pulled over again for something silly like that. Yeah, so he must have checked the officer must have checked the registration, and then yeah, he was like, "Oh, it's a rental," so he probably just didn't realize. And I didn't. I thought they were on, honestly. Oh, there's some more potholes there. It's really, honestly, it's really not worth driving without lights on, especially on the highways in Canada, because like, if you're on a highway and you're like in a rural area, there's like, you know, woods around you, and that's it. So if you get if you don't have your lights on, it's really difficult. And also because we have lots of deer around here as well. Well, in general, there's lots of deer in Ontario, and if you don't have your lights on, it can be pretty bad as well. I don't know what town we're going through here. Nice little cobblestone fence line there. Nice. We were exiting something with an O. Wasn't quite clear to me because I don't speak Russian. The one downfall of this particular truck, the one downfall for me is this little flag thing in the middle. I would rather it not be there, but some trucks apparently come with that standard, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. But it's unfortunate that it is standard on this truck, but I can't really do much about it. So, c'est la vie is the expression in French, at least. C'est la vie. It's funny, because I teach French people all the time. I should probably slow down. These are windy roads. Because I teach French people all the time, often you hear like, often you compare like some of the expressions you have. So c'est la vie is one of the ones that you hear a lot in French and in English, and it's just kind of funny when you compare the two. There's a few other random ones like déjà vu is one you hear sometimes as well. Always makes me think of The Matrix, where Neo's like, "Oh, just had a little bit of déjà vu there," and they're like, "Oh gosh, we better be careful. That's a sign that the Matrix is doing something." So, I don't know if I've ever driven this road before. I don't think so. It looks new. But yeah, that's what. Whenever I hear the word déjà vu, that's what goes through my mind. Where Keanu Reeves says, "I just had a little bit of déjà vu," and they all get like all panicked because they're like, "Oh no, something's gonna happen." See this nice straight road, 100 kilometers an hour, and then you hit a pothole. Apparently, it's funny. It just changes like, you know, in a split second. You're like, you're doing 100, and then it's like, oh, bumpy road, be careful, and you go from 100 down to 50, and then it's gonna go back to 100 probably. Yeah, there you go. It's funny. You can drive over them fairly quickly, but you do have to be careful sometimes, because if you're not, if you're cruising just a wee bit too fast, you'll definitely notice. That's for sure, because you'll hit that speed bump, and then it's you might go just off path just enough to hit like the fence or something, and then it's game over. I know I've done that before by accident. I accidentally hit the pothole a little bit too hard, and then my truck moved just enough over to the right, and then boom, right into the fence, and that was a little. I'm glad I didn't record that, because that would have been slightly embarrassing. I tend to get into accidents off camera more than on camera, just because that must be a recycling center. I tend to get into accidents off camera rather than on camera, just because for whatever reason, I'm driving recklessly off camera. Mainly because I'm trying to get to a location, and they're slowing down. So I'm trying to get to like a location quickly. What I really should do is I should enable console commands and just say, go here, and then just do it that way, but I have not enabled console commands, or developer commands, whatever you call it, on Euro Truck. TNT. That's funny. TNT in Ontario, at least. I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but TNT is like a, what would you call it? A retail Asian store. So like they sell lots of Asian related stuff. So like the foods, I mean, though. So like it's an Asian grocery store. There we go. That makes sense. And it's I've never been there before, but apparently it's a really interesting place to go to if you like noodle soups, and I love noodle soups. They're the worst thing for you, but I really like them. So there's another nice little truck stop there. We still got, how much time do we have actually? We still have ooh, we're actually really close. We might actually make it without having to rest. We have 3 hours to make it to our destination, and we have 3 hours till we have to sleep, so it's going to be a little tight. Let's just say that. But if we gun it a little bit, we should be fine. Actually, the places that's going to stop us, we have to cross the border and to go into Belarus, I believe. Because once you go out of Russia and into Belarus, you have to cross like the border essentially, but it kind of looks like a toll road. But they just give the impression like they made the border crossing as close as they could with it. So, or approximated. I don't know what you want to say. You could say approximate. Sure, why not? That works. They did what they could with what they had. Let's say that. So, it's really funny. The first time I crossed it, I'm like, oh, what's up with this double toll booth? And I'm like, wait a minute, is that a border, I guess? And that's indeed what it was. It was actually a border. So, made me laugh. All right, coffee break again. Let's try not to crash. A little bit of coffee in the morning. Old school truck there. Some guys arguing, it looks like. That'd be the one nice thing with Track IR. You can just drive by and like look relatively easily without crashing. Maybe you would crash. I don't know. I know most times when I'm trying not to crash, I end up coming awfully close to crashing. Not in real life, thankfully, but in the game, I've done that more than once. Where it's like, oh, okay, let's look over to the right, look over to the left, and I'm like, oh, look, there's a car in front of you. Maybe I should be careful about that. Alright, so we're doing 60 kilometers an hour. It's going to go up to 100? Yes. Alright, let's put the hammer down and see if we can't make up some time here, because I don't want to have to sleep if I don't have to. The one thing that's kind of sucks with this truck is it takes a while to get up to speed. You can speed with it, but it's not nearly as easy with the Peterbilt. The Peterbilt, you could just put your foot down and you'd be like 100 plus already. It was ridiculous. But here are like the open roads in Russia, and you can really make some time really easily. If you're in a rush and need to get somewhere, you can just book it along here. It's awesome. I love these roads. I remember the very first time I saw these roads, I was like, "Holy cow! This is what it would be in Canada. You have 2 lanes." And it's open like this with trees on sides and rivers and whatnot, and you're just clocking it. Well, maybe not that fast, but going the appropriate speed, let's say. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, that's light. Sorry. Oh, really? That's what I get for speeding. Trying to make up time, quote unquote. It was a green light. I don't know why they were all stopped. Oh well. You can't win. Ah well. Yeah, so like this is like similar to what it's like in Canada. You often have like double lane roads on either side and open on that all around you, so a lot of nice driving actually. Another light. I'm actually going to slow down for this one a little bit. It's flashing red. Or yellow. I don't know what that means in other countries. In Canada, if it was flashing red, that would be always stop, but flashing yellow, I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Drive through it slowly, I guess? If you know what that's supposed to mean, let me know, because I have no idea. I think on this map they use the European rules, which I don't know what they are, in relation to Canada. So like in Canada, like if the lights weren't working, they'd be flashing red, and then you use it as a four-way stop basically. And I'm sure it's the same in Europe, but I don't know for sure. 1 hour 50 minutes. I was making up time until cars got in my way. Apparently there's a mod you can get that actually increases the amount of traffic. Squirrel was talking about that the other day, and I was like, really? Why would you want to do that? That doesn't sound like fun at all. That sounds like more like real life. Oh, so that... If you heard that sound, that's the I'm getting tired sound, so I have to be careful now. Go, car, go. Apparently it's not gonna go. There it goes. Look at that. It's like a Porsche beside me. Jeez. Just goes into 110 zone. Just, you know, oh yeah, we'll just, you know, put the foot down. It's crazy. Let me know if you guys can hear the shifter, because now where the microphone's located is a much different location than it was before. So let me know whether you guys can hear the shifter or not, or hear the steering wheel. You probably can't hear the steering wheel anymore, but you might be able to hear the shifter every now and then, but it shouldn't be like a prominent sound. But let me know in either case, because I am not 100% sure what that's going to sound like. It should be fine. Should be, being the keyword, of course, but you never know until you actually ask the question or hear it yourself, sort of thing. So yes, I know I'm tired. I'm trying to get out of the country before I have to sleep. And here's the border, it looks like. And let's downshift again. So this is what the borders look like coming out of Russia. Just like a toll booth, basically. And you'll have one on this side, and then as you drive, there'll be one on the other side as well. So like as you are exiting the country. Whoa, slow down there. The one thing that's always throws me off is trying to slow down just enough. Oh, come on, go. All right. Yes. Start the toll road. Thank you. It's funny. It's so strange hearing trucks in real life when you hear them. Like, for me, I always end up hearing dump trucks all the time, and just the way you hear them going through their gears, it's crazy. Like, it seems like there are a ton of gears in dump trucks. I've never driven one, so I have no idea. But let's get in this lane over here. So as you can see, this is like the little middle rest area, and you're crossing the border here. I really should have, well, I have enough gas. The funny thing about if you're in Russia and you're driving outside of Russia, definitely fill up while you're in Russia, because, and Belarus is pretty cheap too, but definitely fill up because the price difference is significant. Like in Russia, it's like, you know, 70, 80 cents a liter, something like that, and then as soon as you get out, it's like $1.40, $1.50. It's crazy. Some guy having a little bit of a chat over there. It'd be nice if you could actually have like a fast pass type scenario. So you could actually, you know, drive straight through without having to stop. Because in the United States, they actually have that. There you go. There's our border crossing. In the United States, they actually have like a fast pass lane, and you have to have like a transponder in your car. Really strange. I had never seen it before. But I went to the States a few, I guess a year or two ago. That's what they had, and like my buddy had it in his car. And oh, I was speeding. Oh no. And it was really interesting because you just drive straight through. It's be like in Ontario we have a highway that's a toll road. It's called the 407, and basically there's no like toll booths at all like that. You just drive onto it and drive off, and there's cameras all over the place, and they'll verify. Well, they don't need to verify anything. They take a picture of your license plate and they just bill your driver's license, basically. If you have the appropriate transponder, they'll just send you a bill, basically. But it's pretty cool. It's it's like one of the most well-maintained roads in Ontario, I think. It's really nice to drive on. I've driven on it once that I can remember, and it was fantastic to drive on. Really, really nice drive. It was, you know, the road was just, you know, really smooth. There weren't that many cars on there, and you just, the way Toronto works, like when you drive through Toronto, you have to take the 401 west or east, depending which direction you're heading in, obviously. But you have to go like straight through this, like very close to the city, and it's really, really slow to do that. But when you have the 407, if you're not going to Toronto specifically and you're going past Toronto, like let's say to Hamilton, coming from like anywhere east of Toronto, basically, and you're going to, let's say, Niagara Falls, Hamilton, any of those places down there, 407 just circumvents the whole city. It's awesome. I remember doing that once, and I was driving to Hamilton, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. It was so sweet. Alright, let's see if we can't make up some time. Don't stop! Don't stop! What are you doing? What's going on here? Why are you stopping? Where did you just... What was up with that? Oops. That was my exit. That was my exit. That was awkward. I got so excited. I guess we'll go up to this stop up here and then hopefully turn around. Whoops. What if we can actually get there by taking this road? We're gonna find out in a second here. It would be nice if we could. Looks like we can. Good. Whew. It's probably not quicker. Oh no, it is quicker. Oh, that's weird. Alright, whatever. I'll accept it. Wasn't my intention, but okay. I guess they wanted to go. They want to take us around the city instead of through the city, or in this. I'm not sure what the deal was, but maybe this is faster in the end, which is awesome. I'll take it. Nope. Go into the gear, Ian. Go into the gear. That will be really helpful. It's funny. The way the clutch works in this game, you have to like depress it fully before it will consider you're in the gear. So it's like you can hit the clutch like halfway, and you won't be in the gear yet. So I have to turn here. Okay. You're not like in the gear yet until you actually depress the clutch all the way, which is kind of interesting. So, all right, let's get over here. Ooh, that's kind of a cool little place. And we're going to the left here. Oh, it's right there. Okie doke. I'll see what I can do with my bull nose. It shouldn't be too bad, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Alright, let's give myself nice and a lot of room. Watch this. I'll get like I'll ticket for being tired or something. But it's funny because this is so different in comparison to driving the Peterbilt. Just the way, like, when you turn the wheels, that turns like a lot of the trailer, not just a little bit of the trailer. And it's really, really different to park these things in comparison to like anything with a long nose, basically. Really? That's good? Okay. I'll take it. Excellent! Awesome. Sweet. Even though I hit that... No, I'm surprised, actually. I didn't get any penalties or anything. Alright, let's take a quick little screenshot here. Nice. Look at that. Damn. Excellent. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. It has been a longer drive than I anticipated, but that's okay. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Euro Truck Simulator 2, coming at you from... There's no map, so... Coming at you from Belarus, I guess. Alright guys, catch you later.